everyone. Welcome to Lucrative LinkedIn Live. Today we're going to be talking about how to get more clients in less time on LinkedIn. Okay, so today really, when we're talking about attracting clients on LinkedIn and engaging clients and converting them, that's what we're talking about right here. I'm going to teach you about one piece of that. And that is engagement and conversion, because what we're talking about today falls in that very falls into the area of lead generation. Because leads are, well, let's go on with the thing, and then I'll tell you about this. So you're in the right place right now. If you have a defined niche that can be found on LinkedIn, your clients have to be there. You provide coaching or other services that are, that truly help people. And you offer or want to offer a B2B or B2C product or service with a price tag of 100,000 or 100,000, no, 1,000 or more. 100,000, yeah, you're going to need to have that too. And then finally, you're committed to your own success and taking action in building your business. LinkedIn is a step-by-step process. And it starts out, it's basically three steps. One is clarity. That's where you define your goals, your niche, and your brand. The second one is awareness. That's where you work on your profile, and everything starts with your profile. So that's where you work on your profile, your messaging, and how you're going to deliver that. The third piece is lead generation, and that is prospecting, connecting to, and nurturing your ideal clients. So this is the realm that we're in today. And then the fourth stage is simply sales and analysis. And we're not going to go into all that today. What I want you to do is teach you a very easy way to attract more clients and respond to more clients and be more attentive, doing that building that relationship that's based on, and this is a key point with me, it is always a key point, based on mutual respect and trust. Okay? Don't have to say anything more that I don't think. So before we get any further, I wanted to tell you something I am so excited about. My Dumont digital marketing app is already available on in the Google or Android store or whatever it is. I have Apple products, and it will be an Apple sometime within this week. So we are very, very excited. Now, when the app is ready to deliver, it's ready for us to let you download it, I will notify all of you, because this is a way to get updates on all my free courses, any new developments on LinkedIn, all kinds of free stuff, and it's delivered right to your phone. You would even be able to watch what I'm doing right now on your phone. Okay, so I just wanted to make you aware of it. It's free, no cost involved whatsoever. So I will be inviting you to download my app in a little while. Now, the way I built my app, and I wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you because this was such a good deal. I mean, I built my app with a company named Action Era. And Action Era not only builds apps, but when you buy the app, you also get access to a companion web page. You get access to all of these marketing materials, because there's a marketing portal there too that is Go High Level. If any of you are aware of that, that is the primo place to be as far as marketing platforms. And it has the calendar, it has your CRM, your emails, and it pushes notifications on your app. I mean, it's pretty dang amazing. And they've also just added action talks. Now, I signed up for one because the action talks are amazing. You go to, I think there are 8 cities left, or maybe 6 cities left that they're doing it. I'm signed up for Toronto right now, although I just heard that there may be a better spot for me someplace else. But you go, there will be 8 people each day. You appear on a stage when they've got all the professional cameras and lighting. They coach you in how to do it. And then you give a 15-minute, what do they call it? Action talk. It's a lot like a TED talk, except that you're also telling people what actions to take next. So it's geared towards action. Now, what's happening with this is that they're launching a book that will have all of the people that have done these talks. They're also launching in October Action Era TV. So you will be spotlighted and featured on Action Era TV. So, full disclosure, this is right here. This is a commission. This is my affiliate link. And I'm telling you that because when you join Action Era, they have a recurring commission. So literally, for every person that you get to sign up, if they sign up for a year and they're doing the payment plan, then it's $50 a month. Okay. If they sign up for a full year, it's $500. But here's the thing. As long as they are Action Era customers, you are going to continue receiving those commissions. I don't know any place else that does this. And so this makes it so affordable. So I just don't want you to miss this opportunity. But that's enough of that for now. I am going to go ahead to the next slide. So let's get into talking about LinkedIn lead generation, shall we? Why do I really emphasize LinkedIn? Some of you who know me know that 7 or 8 years ago now, I fell down a flight of stairs and I fractured my pelvis in 5 places. It was pretty devastating. I could not do anything. For a while, they didn't even think I was going to walk, but it took me a full year of just a painful recovery. And so I not only lost a year of my life, I lost my business. Okay, at that time, it was radically rewarding careers, and I still have it, but I only use it for referrals to career coaches that I know. So if you're a career coach, connect with me because then I can refer people to you. Okay, so LinkedIn for me became so important because it was the one place that I figured that I didn't have to pay to play. There was no cost involved. There was a ready, easily accessed population of my ideal clients and all of these other reasons. For one thing, it's the only social media platform devoted to business. Okay, right there. So whether you're B2B, and you hear a lot about LinkedIn in terms of B2B, but B2C companies do equally well if you have clients that would be on LinkedIn. So let's just stick with the idea of a career coach. So if you're a career coach, you would find your clients on LinkedIn, right? If you're a job search coach, you would find your clients on LinkedIn. So those are 2 examples of where B2C works on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is 277 times more effective for lead generation than either Twitter or Facebook. Okay, it's not as big a network. There aren't as many members, although there are it's over 990 million members now. So you're not going to run out of people. And LinkedIn drives 46% of social traffic to B2B sales and to B2B sites. And also if you're B2C, and we've already talked about that. Okay. And then finally, here's a big one. And this is one of the biggest reasons I went straight to LinkedIn. LinkedIn users are more affluent than those on other platforms. So not only can they appreciate your services, not only are you going to find the people who need your services, you're going to find the people who can pay for your premium services. So that's a big deal. Okay, so what's the key to lead generation? I kind of gave you a peek at that a minute ago. It's all about building relationships built on mutual respect and trust. So that wipes out, all the spam we all get on LinkedIn. And yes, it's spam. It is spam. And we get sick of it and we get tired of it. And when you do it the right way, when you build relationships with individuals, then you are really in a place where you're going to be able to attract them, engage them, and convert them. Okay. Okay, so along these lines, there are three massive mistakes that I see people making when they're trying to build relationships and generate leads on LinkedIn. One is sending out anything generic or canned as an invitation. Now, I do use some automation, but I go through the people that are going to be invited. I choose what that invitation is going to say, and then my VA takes those invitations and sends them out on a program called Octopus. But they are never sent out in response. Once somebody says, once somebody accepts my invitation, that's it. That's it. That's all we use it for. And like I said, they're very targeted. I've gone through that list. I know who these people are, and I know I could help them. Okay, so that's one thing. And here's a little tip that we probably wouldn't have covered today, but I want to stop right here. The only place that you can send out a personalized or the only place you should be sending out invitations on LinkedIn is from that person's profile. And here's why. You can add a note. So go to your prospective client's profile, click on either connect, or if you don't see a connect button there, click more and click connect in the drop-down menu. It is going to give you the option of including a 300-word note, or 300 words, I wish, 300 characters. That's a very, very short note. Okay, that is very, very, very short. It even includes white spaces, and you have to leave a little bit of it for personalization. So we're gonna go into how to do that fast, but I just wanted you to know that that's one of the massive mistakes that people make. You have to be sincere and you have to know who you're talking to. The second is sending that premature sales pitch. I know you've been there. I know you've had this happen. Somebody invites you to connect on LinkedIn, says, I looked at your profile. I think we could do some business together. Or I was really compelled to reach out to you because, you're a coach. That's what they come after me for. You're a coach. And I really want to build a relationship with you. The next thing you haven't even had time to reply to it, is this spam, right? A premature sales pitch. Boom, boom, buy my product. I consider that deception, and I disconnect right away, because I call these guys no good, rotten, egg sucking lead weasels. Okay, just so you know, I don't like them, and I don't want you to go down that path, because people will disconnect with you. Okay, enough of that. And then not sending an invitation to or a message to move the conversation off of LinkedIn, right? They're not going to buy your premium programs without talking to you. Okay, so there is that whole funnel, and keep following me and keep attending these, because I'm going to teach you the entire system along the way. So, but this time we are just focusing on, messaging. So, or on your playbook. So here's where you can develop some real messaging goals that's going to get people to respond to you. I already told you that you need to do their invitations. You need to do personal invitations that are tailored to them. You always, always, always personalize anything you send out on LinkedIn. Okay, I tell my clients, go back to their profile, because now you can, when they respond and accept your invitation, you can again say, hey, I just noticed something really cool on your profile. And just give them some kind of personalization and then present your message. Okay, you always want to provide value in any interaction you have. That can be, in the form of a free gift. That can be just an article you saw that might be of interest to them. That can be, a free consultation. But what I would suggest, if you're using a lead magnet or a free consultation or something like that, that in your first welcome message, you mention, like I often say, I have a free LinkedIn roadmap. If you'd like it, just reply to this message, yes, because then I know it's of value to them. Okay. If it's not of value, if it's not relevant to their problems and challenges, um, it's still spam. Okay. And we don't know until we get to know someone what is relevant to their problems and challenges and what isn't. Okay. So we have to be really clear about our niche and know their problems and challenges in order to provide that kind of value. And we need to check it out with them. I might send something, this month that says, hey, if you'd like a copy of my roadmap, just respond yes. If not, no problem. And then maybe in another 6 weeks to 9 weeks, I could send out another one and say, hey, I just wrote this article. A lot of people found it really helpful. And I just thought I'd pass it on. And that's just a link to an article that you have on LinkedIn, or it could be a video, or it could be anything. But, if you like it, here's the link. If it's not of any use, no problem. Or you can do the same thing again. I have this video that provides some really great training. Like in my case, I could say that teaches you how to use LinkedIn, as a system. If you like a copy, just reply yes. And so you are constantly looking at and evaluating whether what you're sending out is valuable to them or is not. And then finally, including a call to action. And so, as you're going through this sequence, you are going to be able to, in future messages, provide a call to action so that it says, like I'll probably be sending one that says, oh, by the way, I have a free app now, something like that. And, download my app. So, and on my profile, I'll probably have a link that says download my app. So, there are all kinds of ways to get that CTA out there. We talk about it on our profiles. We talk about it in messaging. We talk about all of that. What we know is that when you tell people what to do next, they do it. Okay. But remember, whenever you provide a call to action, only one. Okay. Don't give them 2 or 3, because research shows that if you give people a choice, they won't make it. Okay. So one call to action. All right. The LinkedIn Daily Playbook, and this is really the meat of what we're talking about today, because I hear from people a lot that they spend too much time on LinkedIn trying to do messaging and invitations and sales and posting content and on and on and on. Yes, LinkedIn could literally suck up your entire day. All right, because it's huge. But you don't have that kind of time, or most of us don't. LinkedIn is my main playground, and I'm on it maybe 3 times a day, but that's because that's what it is. That's what it is to me. So what I've learned to do, and what I teach my clients how to do, is to condense that time and to be able to do something now and keep working on it that is going to make your outreach and responses so much easier. So there are a number of things that are going to go in your LinkedIn playbook. And by the way, a LinkedIn playbook doesn't have to be this big fancy thing. I mean, you don't have to design a book, right? You can just have a file that's easily accessed on your desktop, or you know exactly where to go to get it. And in that, you're going to have a goals and metrics tracker. That means you are going to be able to look at how well the things you're doing are creating responses. In your goals and metrics tracker, you're going to have in fact, I think I have a picture of in a little while, but your goals and metrics tracker lets you check, on a weekly, monthly, whatever basis you want to do, how the changes that you're making and the things that you are doing are helping you in terms of selling on LinkedIn. Okay. Secondly, you want templates. You want templates of your invitations, your welcome message, and your nurturing sequences. So we already talked about, and I'm not talking about my templates that I'm giving to you. I'm talking about you making templates of your own. And there are all different kinds of ways, but I would come up with as many different types of invitations that you make. For instance, some of my invitations are to participate in my upcoming Digital Marketing Edge Summit. So some of them I'm sending out are for that. I have other templates that are invitations that are focusing on, potential clients. And so I'm writing to them and saying, would you like to join? I help people get clients in record time on LinkedIn. I don't screw around with that. Okay. I tell people up front what I do, and they're either going to accept it or they're not. I'm not going to hound anybody. My philosophy is, if you have to push people into talking to you, if you have to push people into corresponding with you on LinkedIn and developing relationships, they're not your ideal clients, okay? So just be aware of that. So you want templates for your invitations, you want templates for welcome messages. Those are the messages you send right after somebody accepts your invitation or you accept their invitation. Okay, so you're going to want to have that. And you're also going to want to have nurturing messages. And the nurturing messages are the ones that you do to build a sequence of value with them. So your nurturing messages could include things like open-ended questions. I was just and look at their profile and see what kinds of questions that you could ask. Not something that they tell you on their profile. You want to ask an open-ended question about, I'm wondering, like I could say, I noticed on your profile, I think you've done everything so right. I just wanted to give you a couple of pointers on your banner. Did you know that you can design a free banner in Canva, and just send something like that to them? So it's a nurturing message. It's easy for them to get away from if they want. But what I do is I'm taking a video. I'm on their profile, shooting a video of their profile so they can actually see what I'm doing. Another great way to deliver nurturing and relationship building questions is to leave a voicemail. You can leave it's 1 minute. You can leave a 1 minute voicemail on their profile, or you can do like I like to do a lot of times and shoot a 2-minute video on their profile. I use a software called Loom, Loom, not Zoom, Loom, like a lamb, Loom, and that allows me to take those videos and then it houses them in Loom, and then I can just put the link in and the videos are done. So that's one of my ways. And then the final way is, of course, offering lead magnets of, all different kinds. So, in your daily playbook, you're going to want to know and have the information on your lead magnets so that you can just copy and paste it. Okay. And then you're going to want to, you can provide links to relevant articles, videos, and more. And I have no idea what that big S is doing there. And then finally, you want to keep your contacts in a spreadsheet. Now, if you have Sales Navigator, you can skip a lot of this stage, because what I do is, because I have Sales Navigator, is I save, when I'm on their profile, I save it to Sales Navigator. Then I go look them up in my Sales Navigator, and I add them to a leads list. Have we sent them an invitation? Have I sent them a welcome message? Did I send them a nurturing message? They all go in there. They all get added as notes. But you don't need Sales Navigator to do this. I want to make that very clear. particularly if you have like, a 13-year-old, probably even a 9-year-old who knows how to put those things, can take those things and put them in a spreadsheet for you. So your VA, your husband, mine works with me, your niece, your nephew, your 35-year-old brother, whoever it is, you can have them do it for you too. It is just a little more time consuming. So I wanted to make that point. Okay, this is the metrics tracker I was going to tell you, and I'm going to enlarge this so that you can really see what's in there. And I am going to give you a link to this at the end of this presentation. So this is something that you will find very, very helpful. One of the things is that you can look at your social selling index. Now, what is that? That's an index that LinkedIn provides you for free. And there is free access. And I am going to put that link in the follow-up when I send you the recording, because yes, I know a lot of you are looking for the recording. So I'm going to send you the SSI, that's what they call it, link, when I send out the replay. And there are 4 things they look at. Establishing your professional brand. Well, as a master digital and personal brand strategist, that's huge with me. I always get 25 out of 25 on that score. Find the right people. That's how well you're digging down and finding your ideal clients and inviting them. There's also engaging with insights. Now, engage with insights simply means that you go and you find some of your ideal clients. You click that bell, you follow them and you click that bell so that when they post something, you're going to see it in your feed. Okay. And then engaging with insights simply means commenting or reposting what they've done. And if you repost, that's great, but be sure you do it with a comment so that you're establishing your own expertise at the same time. But you can engage with insights. I recommend doing that with all of your ideal clients that you're following, and you can't follow them all at one time, right? So I kind of take this in tens. I work in it, and I kind of take 10 people to whatever the next stage is in my sequence each week. So you can't do it all at once. Then there's building relationships, and that is basically what we're talking about today. Now, with the metrics tracker, you can always also track how well your content is doing on LinkedIn. So how are your text-only posts doing? Because you know what? Text-only posts, I mean, no pictures at all, often outperform those that have pictures. Okay, just a word to the wise. You want to vary all this. You can do text posts within images. You can do articles, and articles can also be, if you do them as a newsletter, can be your newsletter, and they show up as an article in the news feed. Okay, so you get a double one with that. And then there are articles, videos, images, polls, documents and worksheets. Carousel ads now are getting a lot of attention. And if you want to know how to do a carousel ad, I'll be covering that in a future live stream. Then you want to look at engagement. Now, this is where we're getting into that nurturing. Okay, you are going to go in and like something. Likes don't really count much, but you're looking at the people that you are trying to follow. You're going to make comments, that's worth 2 points, and you're going to do shares, or what they call reposts now, and that's worth 3 points. So this is the level of engagement that you are having with your ideal clients, or your potential clients, I should say. And then finally, you want to look at all your connections. How many invitations did you make? How many invitations came in? How many invitations were accepted? How many people looked at your profile? How many followers did you pick up? And then what's your total network size? Okay, these are all things that you can include in your metrics tracker. All right. Next, you want to come up with your messaging sequence. Okay, so that's starting with that personalized invitation. It's sending that welcome message. And then it's provide value, provide value, provide value, provide value, and take it offline. Now, you are sometimes going to hit people at the exact right time. It's happened with me. You know, I connected with them and they said, "Oh my gosh, you're a LinkedIn expert. I want to talk to you." We don't even, we don't even get past the welcome message. They want to talk to me right now. Maybe we don't even get to the welcome message. So I'm not telling you that you always will have to go through, 5 to 7 messages before you invite somebody, to talk with you offline. But it just, be aware that you may be providing messages up to 5 times before you do that. And some people, I'm on, I've had people that I have had in my sequence that I've been helping get to the next level, and some of them have bought after 19 weeks of messaging. So don't give up is what I'm saying. Half of making sales, in fact, a much higher percentage of making sales is follow-up. Okay, is follow-up. And so that's what you need to do. You need to nurture them. Okay, now let's talk specifically about the LinkedIn Daily Playbook. Okay, you're going to build relationships, establish your expertise by providing value through a sequence of messages. So here's what some of those things in your playbook will be. You're going to go on right away and manage and look at your messages, incoming and outgoing. You're going to leverage your posts and articles. You're going to send congratulations messages. Now, these are the ones you get that are so-and-so is having a birthday, so-and-so's, having their work anniversary, on and on. Okay, these are not the most important ones, so I would leave them to last because, and I would always customize them, and I would only send them to people that I was serious about, because nobody wants another happy birthday. Okay. Who are you? So if you're going to send a happy birthday message, send it to the people that you really want to wish a happy birthday, and that you have them in your funnel, you're working on them, and then come up with a different message. For instance, I often use something like, "Hey, happy birthday. Hope this year is your best year yet." At first I started doing, "Hope this year is your best year ever." And then I thought, well, that's kind of saying that you've hit your peak and you're going to descend. So I changed it to best year yet. You're going to engage with insights, and that's going into those doing that content and engagement piece, and then your metrics tracker. So let's look at this in a little more detail. Okay, your LinkedIn Daily Playbook. The first thing you're going to do is manage your messages. That is number one. So you are going to respond to connections requests, and you are going to follow up on acceptances to your invitations. Both of these will be welcome messages. You can pretty much, you may change them a little bit, over time, but they're going to be pretty standard. And the key concept here is that every message you send out has the opportunity to provide value. Okay, value. Start with asking permission to share a free gift, your lead magnet, and then continue to provide value. Okay, next one. Okay, then you're going to look at leveraging your posts and articles. Reply to every comment on any post or article you have out. And then share, or comment on articles and posts from your network. Like doesn't count much anymore. You're probably not doing them a huge favor. But when people, I always respond when people like something that I've posted, but it's not really valuable if you're going on theirs, because comments and shares are what's really going to get people, more interested in what you're doing. And it's a great opportunity to ask questions. You don't want to just post something and then just leave it there. Go back a couple of times during the day and check it, and so that you can respond quickly and promptly to questions people have asked. One way to get people to really pay attention to your posts and leave comments is by asking open-ended questions. So open-ended questions serve you in a whole lot of ways. But the key concept about this is to, it's that LinkedIn is all about engagement. Keep this conversation going and then circle back and follow up with those additional comments and replies. You don't have to tag people in replies because it will go to them. If you are doing it for the first time, if people posted a comment, you can probably just reply to it at that point. You don't want to put any post in there with an external link unless you do it on your phone. And we're not going to cover that today, but we will be covering it in a future webinar. Okay, 3, respond to celebration notifications. Those are the ones I just talked about. So, the key concept here is that celebrations are worthless if you send the generic response and don't take the time to personalize your response. These are relationship builders, okay? So be selective. You don't have to congratulate everyone. In fact, in the world of branding, we say you don't have to be famous. You have to be selectively famous. Know who your target audience is. Okay. The LinkedIn Daily Playbook. Okay, the third one is posting content 1 to 3 times a week. Now, if you're doing it once, or if you're doing it once a month, you got to get faster with that. And post, I would say, at least once a week. Aim for posting 3 times a week. One could be a newsletter or a long form article, and then you can take that and you can turn it into shorter things. You could do a Q&A that still relates to that article, to that topic you're talking about, right? You could do a top 10 list that relates to exactly what you talked about. You could just do a short form tip. So it doesn't have to take a lot. And once you get used to this, and once you know how to generate content pretty quickly, this becomes really great. But I don't want you to rush into doing 3 posts a week if you're not there yet. Okay, always remember quality over quantity. When I first started out on LinkedIn, they were telling us to post 5 times a day. So you know what I was posting? A bunch of crap, because I could not come up with 5 different ideas a day. I didn't have the time to develop the quality. It was just this mismatch of stuff going out. And so you don't want to do that, okay? You want to focus on quality. If you are not able to post, once a month or twice a month, make that your goal. Just keep building up, keep moving forward. Ideally is 3 times a week, but if you can't do it 3 times a week, then do it once a week. Okay, just do it. All right. Best next steps. Now these are things that I'm going to recommend to you that you do in terms of doing lead generation on LinkedIn. So you're going to clarify, first of all, the problems and challenges of your target audience, because you don't know what you're sending whether what you're sending them has any value at all if it's not relative to their problems and challenges. And remember what we called messages and invitations that aren't related to their problem, or just messages that aren't related to their problem challenges? We call them spam. Okay, so keep that in mind. I want you to create a messaging sequence based on value. Then you can create invitation and messaging templates that start a conversation. And that's what I'm saying. That's where you come in with those value added messages that you're going to send out. And then finally, I want you to add your templates and your metrics tracker to your LinkedIn Playbook file on your desktop or someplace you can really access it fast. Okay, because once you have your LinkedIn Playbook set up, here's the beauty. You're inviting somebody to connect. You go in, you find the very short invitation that you already did. You copy it. You go to their page. You put it in there. I'm inviting you to, hey, so and so. Love your profile. I'm inviting you to connect because, and so you go to their profile, you make it a little personal, and then you copy and paste that template into that invitation. So you're saving a ton of time. Just be careful. Be careful that you always are addressing the same person. Don't wipe something out. This is something that is too important, to designate to somebody else. Okay. Create your own invitation. Oh, I already said that. And then add your templates and metrics tracker to your LinkedIn playbook file. Okay, I'm going to give you some links right now. I will also be following up with those. I'm going to stop this right now because this is all of them. But if you are watching, you can take a picture of this, but you will also have these links in your inbox when we send out the replay. Okay, so don't worry about it. One is the link to Actionera. That's the app and web building and marketing program that I told you about. And I have saved a ton of money with that because right now, because I'm just making the move over, I have everything housed in Kajabi. And right now that's costing me about $2,500 a month. So I have that. I have Calendly that I pay. I have Active Campaign that I'm paying. All these different things. So it is actually saving me a ton of money. Plus there are the commissions. Okay, so that's the reason I'm suggesting it. Next, you have your goals and metrics tracker that I just showed you. So download that. If you have any questions, you can either, direct message me on LinkedIn. If we're not connected, just say I saw this, I'd love to connect with you and I will absolutely, respond. And then you can ask me questions just by messaging me with a question, or you can write me in my personal email, which is dumont@dumontowen.com. I always check that. And then finally, if you don't have someone who will guide you step by step through the process of creating a LinkedIn lead generation and sales funnel, then I invite you to apply for mentoring with me. And there's a link to that in terms of, of the links. So I am going to be sending those out to you at the end of this. So use this to continue moving forward. And next week we are talking about how to use creator mode, whether that's right for you. Okay, and that's a big part, and we're going to go into a lot more about content marketing then. So thanks for attending or for watching the replay, and I hope to see you soon.